Welcome to Turn the Page, page 7. I am the Reverend Dr. Frank Balgeman, physicist, minister, and your host through this podcast series where faith meets modern life here in Colorado Springs. Each episode explores Christology's connection to everything. We mostly tackle profound questions, but we'll occasionally shift gears to incorporate something on the lighter side. If you're interested in the intersection of ancient wisdom with modern science, join me as we turn the page. Today we're going to talk about fire and water, or as one of my favorite singer-songwriters put it, fire and rain, and the Earth's relationship to and reliance upon those two elements. Let's start with fire. Deep beneath the ground, near the center of the Earth, there lies a massive amount of liquid iron that's 10,000 degrees in temperature. It's not just sitting there, but in connection with the rotation of the Earth, a large electric current is created by this swirling iron. And that electric current creates a magnetic field that extends all the way through the Earth and creates an invisible shield above the planet. If we wanted to be poetic, we could call it a celestial umbrella, protecting us from the harsh bombardment of cosmic rays. Without this shield, our DNA would be shredded, and life on Earth would be impossible. Planet Earth would be as barren as Mars. The takeaway is there is an inferno, an unseen molten sea of liquid metal beneath our feet that safeguards life above. A fire that would consume us if we got too close becomes our guardian or our protector because we don't get too close to it. It doesn't burn us, it protects us, transforming Earth from what would have been a hostile, uninhabitable wasteland into a place where we can thrive. The Earth has fire below, but above, on its surface, it's covered with something else. We are the blue planet because the surface is largely covered with water. If you study just about any ancient religion, you'll find that there is some sort of connection between water and the beginning of all things, the Genesis. Water is considered the primordial source of life, and it's no coincidence that scientists today still hunt for extraterrestrial life by looking for the presence of water in outer space. Today's Turn the Page is about the interplay between fire and water and how these two opposites work together to make life on Earth possible. Fire and water, something hot and something cold, something that would fry us and something that would refresh us. The fluidity and thirst-quenching power of water combined with the purifying and destructive characteristics of flame come together here on planet Earth to make life possible. In one way that is tremendously obvious, the ubiquitousness of water, and in another way that is completely hidden and took many years of combined scientific discoveries to finally understand how rotating electrons deep beneath the surface of our feet can create an invisible protection above us. How is this connected to Christology? Jesus once described his upcoming crucifixion as a baptism of fire, a watery, fiery event, an event that would be like washing yourself in flames. He was combining fire and water. A scientist would say, we have the molten core of the Earth, the spinning of iron and nickel in the darkness below, generating a magnetic field that wraps around the planet like an invisible canopy. A poet might describe the life-giving oceans that stretch around the planet as waters that hold the mystery of the beginning, with every drop carrying the chemical signature of creation itself. High above us is a shield of magnetism that deflects the solar wind, protecting the delicate molecule of life. But as a theologian, I see everything through the lens of the verses in the Bible, which all talk about the crucified life of God. Every natural phenomena is like a line of sacred text, not inscribed in a book, but written down in the matter and energy and electromagnetic fields that make up the world around us, the fire and rain that make life possible. The long-term interaction between the fire below and the waters above have shaped our mountains and valleys. Landscape is an image created by the interplay of fire and water. The message of the crucifixion is played out across the landscape. Look up into the heavens, and all those stars are baptisms of fire in which the elements on the periodic table were forged in those stellar furnaces. Every scientific discovery and every natural phenomena can be thought of as a window into something larger than the mechanisms that stand behind their current configurations. Peering through the window, we see something deeper, a pattern that is both physical and spiritual, reverberating in every realm of life. Every natural law, from the elegant mathematics of planetary orbits to the intricate biochemistry of every single cell, it becomes a reflection of the deeper Christological truth that points to the universe as both the medium and the message delivered by a crucified divine being. So whether we're doing science or writing poetry or we're contributing to something else, we're all reading between the lines of a much grander and stranger narrative of the eternally crucified God human. Now, my favorite singer-songwriter of all time wrote a song about fire and rain. And just as an aside, for an interesting take on what a modern artist thinks about the power of James Taylor's song, listen to Joe Rogan's interview with Jelly Roll as they talk about the simple, authentic, and unpretentious way James Taylor combined a fire and rain. And then recall that somebody much more famous than James Taylor combined fire and rain when he referred to his upcoming crucifixion as a baptism of fire, the event that all creation has been hinting at from the very first moment, a baptism of fire that would protect us from deep down below, creating an invisible shield high above in the heavens. Now, go listen to some James.